damn. God damn. Oh, that chocolate is. This chocolate here, it's called chocobons. That's like crack. That's chocolate crack. That's not normal chocolate anymore. It's like when you start eating, you will for sure not like you're like I had cases where I had one. I went outside and I had one and I went back home and I got late to my meetup because I had to go back home and eat one more. And they are not even, you cannot even buy them in the Netherlands because, I got them in Germany. I brought them over and I felt like I'm doing something illegal bringing them over the border, because these are fucking crack. And the shape is beautiful. It's like, and I tried two at the same time, but I'm already sometimes confused with my sexuality. And when I had two chocobons at the same time in my mouth, I was totally confused. I will never do that anymore. And I was questioning my whole sexuality for at least 2 weeks when I had two of these chocobons at the same time in my mouth. Whew! It was amazing. And also, I'm straight. I'm heterosexual for most of the week. Probably Tuesday is my gayest day. But I ate it on a Friday, two at the same time. Almost gay. Crazy. And what else is going on? It's a fun time. It's a very fun time. It's still the pandemic life, as we all know. That's our lifetime. That's the time of exceptional experiences. When you think about it, we didn't had a big war in Europe since 45. Since that painter from Germany, when he was angry because his paintings were not good enough, and he didn't try painting by numbers. Since that time, 45, we were living in peace. We didn't have these exceptional times where we had to restrict society or we had to go to the cellar because there might be some bombs flying around. We had peaceful times in Europe. There was a Cold War, but as the name already says, it was pretty chill. But no exceptional times. And now we're experiencing this. So we had one generation without any issues. Now this is our generation, and we are experiencing the pandemic, the virus. And how is it in Netherlands? There are some real rebels, some people protesting, and you also need to have this group of or that group of people. That's also fine. There was even even a big party in the Vondel Park. I might show some pictures in the corner in case you're watching this. That was last week. Huge party of, 1,000 people or something in the park. And that's also okay, but it's just okay when it was the biggest party of your life. When the party changed your life. When you were at home and you were really depressed or you really could not live without a party anymore, and you went there and you had the time of your life, then I say, you know what? Well done. You deserved it. Get a chocobon as well, and you deserved the party. But when it was just something you did for fun, or you just you just saw people, I want to just participate here for 30 minutes, and on the way back home, it didn't do anything to you, it didn't mean anything to you, then you're a motherfucker and you're an idiot. But when the fucking party changed your life and you were going home with joy, tears of joy, then it's fine. But when it's not, then you're still a motherfucker because you bent over the restrictions. We are all doing fine, or we are all trying to keep with restrictions. I also would like to party, but I would not kill myself when I don't have a party in the next coming weeks. So I didn't join. But you had to, because I hope it meant it saved your life. Does it make sense? I think it really makes sense. Besides that, exceptional times. It's also the time of spending much time on the internet. Mostly we are home or at work. The internet is everywhere. And you know how well you're doing as your mental health. As soon as the Wi-Fi doesn't work in your home, and how quickly you want to kill yourself. How many minutes does it take? Then you know how well you're mentally doing. For me, it's like, I think 10 to 12 minutes. I'm fine, and then I have thoughts, but usually the Wi-Fi does work then again. So it worked again, and in these 10 to 12 minutes, I had time to think about the internet. And the internet is that's a time of our life. Like in 100 years, when people look back, they will think of, oh, that's the time where the internet started. Wow. And it's also the time where social media started. And then I was thinking about social media. Wow. What an amazing platform. But it's also a really shitty platform. I think it's mainly shitty platform. A mainly shitty platform. I remember how it started back in the days. In Germany, it was a platform called StudiVZ. That was our first social media platform. It was meant for students, as was Facebook, StudiVZ in Germany. And then, but nobody gave a fuck. Everybody went on the platform, if you were a student or not. And it was fun. It was about fun. It was about joining ridiculous groups, messaging, looking at ridiculous pictures. And then it quickly transitioned into a platform of status, into a platform of showing the good side of life. And that's what I don't like about social media, as many of the people I know don't like it, but I really, really know why I don't like it. I don't like it because it's a platform of dishonesty. Why is it dishonest? Because it excludes 50% of life. So it gives you a wrong picture. I have a new boyfriend. Here, look at us. I went on vacation. Here, look at us. Look at me. I have a new dress. Look at it. The good things are shared. The bad things are not. And it doesn't give you the whole picture. It's a dishonest platform. You know, these couples who are celebrating every day of their relationship on these platforms, we all know, we all have one example of these kind of couples celebrating every day their big love. Those are the couples usually who don't stay together for a long time. And you don't hear why they broke up. Hey, every day I watched 5 pictures of you. I watched all your holidays. I watched every fucking second of your relationship. Now suddenly everything is gone on social media. I don't know why. Why can I not be part of that as well? Because you were sharing too much. It was an unhealthy. It's not a balance when you do that. It reminds me of, and this is I think this is a fucking great example. Do you know Heidi Klum? Heidi Klum is a German native, gorgeous model. In case you don't know her, and she was married to a great guy. The guy is called Seal, the singer. You might know him. Also, good-looking guy. They were together, and they were the most fucking annoying celebrity couple I've ever seen or read about. They were celebrating their love every year with a wedding. They had a wedding every year where they invited all bunch of people, and it was every time somewhere else, and then they were remarrying each other every year. And you might be like, oh, that's beautiful. Shut the fuck up. That's not beautiful. That's ridiculous. You're having a wedding every year, inviting people, forcing everybody to celebrate your love every time. And then after 6 years or something, guess what? Oh, they broke up. I would be pissed when I attended 6 of your celebrations everywhere in the world, and now you tell me you're not together anymore. Why were we celebrating? It's the same with Turkish weddings in Germany. They're as ridiculous. They are inviting like 1,000 people in a big hall where you have to give them money, and they are celebrating like crazy. 1,000 people are like, I don't make that number up. It's like 1,000 people. You eat your chicken. You cannot even choose. You eat your chicken in a big hall. You're dancing for fucking 10 hours straight. And you give your whole life for this, for that party. And then half a year later, damn, Hakan and Sibel separated. Damn, what? I'm still recovering from the fucking wedding. What happened? So when there's an imbalance in celebrations, there's something wrong. And it's a dishonesty because you never know on social media when something went off. I've never seen a fight of them. Why did they break up now? And it's all about, and the thought of, it's a fucked up thought when you think about it. When you're somewhere and you're experiencing something which you anticipate as nice, and your first thought is to share it, and your first thought is not, this is beautiful, it gives me pleasure, or I'm really grateful to be in this moment, or I'm living this moment and I will remember it. But your first thought is, I should share this with my social media and show them. Then there's something significantly wrong with you as a person. When you're angry at your boyfriend because he wants to eat and he didn't take a picture yet of the food, then there's something very wrong with you as a person. I think they should. It's the same with reality shows. I liked reality shows in the beginning. I remember when I watched Big Brother. That was a big thing in Europe, Netherlands, Germany. A Big Brother, and even that shit show, Jersey Shore. Big fan of that shit show. And the first season was amazing because there was nothing scripted. It felt real. They didn't have to talk loud because some director told them. They didn't have to follow a script. It felt more real, especially Big Brother. I like that because sometimes it's boring, sometimes it's sad, and it's not artificial drama, but it's honesty, and I like that. And you cannot find that on reality shows anymore, and you sure cannot find it, or you can find it rarely on social media. And social media, the next fucked up thing is, when you look at concepts of how to run social media. You want to create a page, go get a social media class or find some advices. What you will see is it's all about quantity. It's all about quantity. And I hate that shit. They plan, you post 5 times on Monday, 4 times on Tuesday, 20 times on Wednesday. They plan the quantity. And it's all about quantity and getting traction. It has nothing to do with quality. It has nothing to do with, hey, this is really worth sharing. The thought is not there. The thought is, oh, I have one more now here in your face. And that's something really unlikable to me when it's all about quantity. And I think there should be regulations. I'm all for free speech, but I'm also for quit your bullshit. Or limit the amount of shit. For example, I'm all for having restrictions on your phone where, for example, it says you're allowed to take 3 selfies a month. When somebody takes a selfie, I know people who do that. They take a selfie every day and there's something very wrong with you. Regulate the amount of selfies. I think 3 selfies in half a year, otherwise your phone is destroyed. It has like a little, it's destroyed. That breaks, explodes maybe slightly. It should not injure you, maybe a little bit, but not too much, but that it still hurts. Yeah, that's how it goes. And what they also should do is they should ban pictures of food. I saw enough pictures of food. Everybody saw enough pictures of food. We don't need pictures of food anymore. I've seen all kinds of food. Especially people in Africa don't need to see pictures of food anymore. It's enough. I really don't care where your vacation is. I care about where your vacation is, but why do we have to watch your food? It makes no sense. There's something really wrong. When you scroll through your pictures and you see a lot of food pictures, destroy your phone. It makes no sense. And the internet, but the internet gave us so many options to. It's a beautiful idea, but we are trashing it. Quantity, imbalance, dishonesty, and also just using it in a wrong way. Do you remember chat roulette? What a beautiful concept. It's Chat roulette was a platform, when you don't know it, it allowed you to go in with your camera and start video chatting with a random person in the world. Tell that shit to somebody from the 1800s. Tell him like, hey, here's a device and you can see somebody on the other side of the world. Damn. You're like, wow. I can see somebody from the North Pole, from New Zealand. Wow. How's life there? I can see some stuff on the internet, but to talk to a real person and find out how is life on that side of the world sounds very interesting. But meh. Let me just jerk off. And that's what chat roulette turned into. The beautiful idea turned into a jerk-off session. We were all in front of our cameras, showing our genitals to the other side of the world. It was not about, wow, how does it feel to be there? It's more about, hey, here, watch me, I jerk off. And that's fucked up. And that's how it was. And the fucking platform didn't survive because there were just too many people jerking off. And it collapsed, just went down. And that's life. The that's that's how it goes. That's social media. It's something not very likable at all. And talking about social media, follow me on Instagram. Maybe tomorrow. It's maybe tomorrow _podcast. I'm sharing a lot of stuff. Damn! I'm still mad at Seal and Heidi Klum. I was believing in them. They were so beautiful together. But a wedding every year, damn. When you want to spice up your love life after so many years, just do what every good older couple is doing. Go online, buy some leather clothing, like very uncomfortable leather, where you just have like ass sweat as soon as you just look at it. Put it on, go to your local swingers club, sit very uncomfortable on the chair at the bar, and then, talk to another couple. Hey, since when are you in this lifestyle? And they will tell you like, we are already 8 years and it changed us so much. It's so amazing. And then, get some spice in your life like that. And, speaking about love, I think it's time again. It's Online Love 101, your favorite online dating guide. I think it's time again. And I have a highlight this time, of course, just like every other episode, you know that. And Online Love 101 has a special place in my heart, especially in these times of the pandemic. I told you before, in these times it's crucial. Online Love 101, online dating. It's a pandemic. You can't mingle around except of the funnel park when you really need to party. Otherwise, you're dying. Besides that, online dating is where we are at and where we survive. And it's always good to get guidance. It's always good to know how to act, to know how to be successful on the online dating platform. And I had a couple of online dates as a professional online dater, and they were mediocre. It was a lot of fun, a lot of mediocre fun. And I was thinking I had one case where I fucked up. And I was also thinking about situations where I really fucked up in a date. I sometimes talk some nonsense. It happens very occasionally. And some people can handle it really well. And some people are really far away from handling it very well. And you don't anticipate who's able to get what you're saying because you have never really met that person in real. Maybe you just had some texts. Sometimes I'm able to figure out if somebody will get me as a person when I'm texting with them. And there are several ways to find that out. But sometimes you just text very shortly and then you meet and then you find out, damn, that person is on a different wave than I am. and that leads to unfortunate situations. And I remembered one time. I remember two. There were probably more, but I can just think of two where I said something and it turned into an unfortunate development in the rest of our interactions. One time I met one time I met a doctor. She's a medical doctor, and we had a conversation about her profession. And then I asked her what her favorite cancer is. And and I was really interested in it because like she's doing the science in the medical field, and she was an actual doctor, and I was like, hey, what's your what's your favorite cancer what's your favorite cancer? And yeah, she didn't. I don't think she did. She get it. It was maybe too much. It was not. And we were laughing a little bit about it, but it was not. It was not a really good question from my side. I think it didn't turn out. I have never seen her again. And then another time was actually recently, and I'm almost embarrassed about this one. So I met somebody. We had a nice date, a walking date. The pandemic, the special pandemic walking date, which is always on the menu. So we were walking around, and then we had a really good talk. We talked about everything. It was on a humor level. It was not on the same level, but doesn't has to be in the very beginning, even though I usually show myself in that direction, and when somebody is not on my wave on that level, usually it doesn't work at all. But it was okay, like good conversations. And I was bringing her home, and I think we spent like 1.5 hours walking around, and we went even to the supermarket. And that's a new club. I've told you about that club supermarket. During the pandemic, that's the bar, that's a club, just to go in the supermarket. And then we were walking, so I walked her home. And at that time, when I was walking home, she was already like she was saying stuff already, like, so because we were gone on the weekends, I was going to Germany, she was going to France, and she was already starting to make plans when we will meet when we are back. She was like, yeah, okay, so I'm back on Monday, and then she was not direct about it. She was also a bit shy about it. And then I was like, yeah, you wanna make sure we're meeting again? Yeah, we can do that, of course. I would also like to see you. And she said, yeah, let's do that. So we were standing in front of her door, and it was like maybe it was like 30 seconds or something until the date was over. So I had to hold in 30 seconds of not talking shit. And I failed very badly. It's not even that funny. I think I find it more funny how much I fucked up. We started to talk a little bit about jobs. And then she mentioned she's working. Then she mentioned she's working in a laboratory and is doing her she's doing her degree in a laboratory. And man, so she said that, and I couldn't hold in, and I just said, oh yeah, you can have my sperm if you want to study it. It was not It was not that funny. And she acted like, I think she acted like she didn't hear it properly. It was uncomfortable. I think she acted like she didn't hear it. She said like, "Hi, yeah, all right, good night." And then I've never seen her again. Damn.